You're being tested right now, and you don't even know it. Every single day, someone is measuring your reactions, calculating your predictability, and deciding whether you're a threat or a tool. That girl who rejected you, she didn't reject the real you. She rejected the version you showed her, the try-hard, the predictable, the one who gave away all his cards in the first 5 minutes. Your friends? Some of them aren't even your friends. They're just people who keep you around because you make them feel better about themselves. Here's what nobody tells you. Life isn't a fair game. It's a dark forest. And right now, you're walking around with a flashlight announcing your position to every predator out there. But what if you could move through that forest like a shadow? What if you could read people so accurately that they feel like you can see through their soul while they can't even scratch your surface? This is beyond the AYANOKOJI mindset. This is the operational manual for reality itself, and I'm about to show you techniques so precise, so psychologically devastating, that applying even one of them will shift your entire life trajectory in the next 72 hours. So let me ask you directly, are you brave enough to see how deep this actually goes? Or are you going to keep pretending that being yourself is working when your results are screaming that it's not? Your move. Let's start with the most dangerous technique that actually works in every single human interaction: strategic silence. Not just staying quiet, I'm talking about weaponized silence that makes people uncomfortable enough to reveal their true intentions. Here's the psychology. Humans are terrified of empty space in conversation. We're programmed to fill voids, to explain ourselves, to keep talking when someone goes quiet. AYANOKOJI mastered this to a level that's almost unfair. When someone would accuse him, he wouldn't defend, wouldn't explain, wouldn't react. He'd just look at them, silent, unmoved. And you know what happened? The accuser would start backtracking, over-explaining, revealing more information than they intended, essentially destroying their own argument while he said absolutely nothing. Try this tomorrow. When someone asks you something that's clearly fishing for information, instead of rushing to answer, just pause, look at them calmly, let that silence stretch for 3, 4, 5 seconds. Watch their face, watch them squirm, watch them start talking again and giving you the control. This works in negotiations, arguments, dates, interviews, everywhere. The person who's comfortable with silence controls the frame, period. Second technique, brilliantly evil, manipulate through options, not commands. When you tell someone what to do, you activate their resistance, their ego. But when you give them options that you designed, where every choice leads to your desired outcome, they think they're in control while you're actually the architect. Real example, don't say we should meet Friday. Say, I've got some time Friday evening or Sunday afternoon. Which works better for you? Notice what happened. You just controlled the entire frame. Meeting is happening. The only question is when, and both options are yours. She feels like she chose, but you eliminated every other possibility without her even noticing. Stop asking yes or no questions where no is an option. Start presenting A or B scenarios where both lead to your objective. Third level, psychologically surgical. Never defend, always redirect. The moment you defend yourself, you've already lost because you've accepted the frame that you're in the wrong. Someone says, why didn't you call me back? Amateur response, oh, sorry, I was busy. Now you're explaining, justifying, lowering your value. AYANOKOJI response, I handle things on my own schedule. Was it urgent? See the difference? You didn't apologize, didn't explain, you flipped the frame, and now they have to justify why they're even asking. Someone tries to insult you, don't defend, don't attack back. Just look at them with mild curiosity and say, interesting perspective, then continue with what you were saying. You just psychologically demolish them by treating their attack as so insignificant it doesn't even deserve a real response. Now, I know some of you are watching this and something's clicking. Like pieces of a puzzle you didn't know you were solving are finally coming together. And if this is hitting different, if you're seeing interactions from your past in a completely new light, just drop the word architect in the comments, because what I'm about to tell you next is the master key that unlocks everything else. Fourth principle, devastatingly effective. Create information asymmetry. This means you know everything about the situation and people involved, but they know almost nothing about you. AYANOKOJI studied everyone's patterns, weaknesses, desires, triggers, but remained completely unreadable himself. In practice, ask way more questions than you answer. Listen more than you speak. When someone asks about you, give surface-level answers that sound complete but reveal nothing important. How was your weekend? Weak answer. Detailed story about everywhere you went. Strong answer. Pretty solid. Got some things done? How about yours? You acknowledged, gave nothing useful, flipped it back. Meanwhile, when they talk, you're mining data, who they spend time with, what they value, what they're insecure about. The person with more information always has the advantage. Fifth technique, pure dominance. The delayed reaction. Most people are instant reactors. You poke them, they jump. You provoke them, they explode. This makes you completely predictable and easy to control. Ayanokoji would receive devastating news with the same expression as receiving good news, not because he didn't feel it, but because he refused to give external validation to people's attempts to affect him. Train yourself to pause between stimulus and response. Someone insults you, don't snap back immediately, just register it. Stay calm, maybe respond 3 hours later, or not at all. When people can't get a reaction from you, they lose their leverage. They can't tell if their tactics are working, they start doubting themselves, they reveal more of their hand trying to get you to break. You become a psychological mirror that reflects nothing, and that's terrifying to people who are used to controlling others through emotional manipulation. 6th level, agree and amplify to disarm attacks. When someone tries to insult you, the natural response is defense or counterattack, but both give the attack power. Instead, agree with exaggeration so absurd it makes the attack look stupid. Someone says, "You think you're so smart, don't you?" Don't say, "No, I don't." Say, "Yeah, I'm basically a genius. They're building a statue of me next week," with a straight face. You just made their attack impossible to land because you didn't resist it. You amplified it to absurdity. 7th principle, master level, create and control the frame of every interaction. The frame is the underlying power dynamic. Are you seeking approval or granting it? Are you trying to impress or being impressed? Whoever sets the frame controls the interaction. Ayanokoji never operated in someone else's frame. If they tried to frame him as beneath them, he'd simply not accept it. Just operate as if that frame doesn't exist. You're in a job interview? Don't just try to impress them. Also evaluate if the company is good enough for you. On a date? Be the one who's evaluating if she's interesting enough, if she brings value. This isn't arrogance, it's frame control. And the person who controls the frame determines the outcome. And here's the final truth. The Ayanokoji mindset isn't about tricks or tactics. It's about fundamentally restructuring how you see yourself in relation to the world. Most people see themselves as victims of circumstances, reactors to life.